Yes, people. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back. These Premier League predictions. We're getting into it. I thought I would fill out most of the gaps because what a lot of people mainly only care about is relegation and the top six. So I filled out most of the gaps. Then people don't have to watch a 40, 50-minute video of why I think this team finishes in 15th or 10th. Do you know what I mean? So let's get into it. So my reasonings as to why these three go down, parachute payments, Leeds, Burnley, they're just not good enough. This could potentially be 3 seasons in a row where 3 teams go up, 3 teams go down. Pause. Leeds and Burnley in 20th and 19th. Why I'm going with Brentford? They've lost a big part of the core. Wissa wants to leave. Mbeumo's left. Thomas Frank's left. Big reasons as to why Brentford do so well. Mbeumo, 29 GA. Wissa, banging in goals and assists. Thomas Frank, what that guy does tactically keeps Brentford up alone. Now, we don't know if their new manager is going to be able to do that. Who knows? Brentford could have a very, very good season. They can still stay up. I'm not saying they can't. I just think they've lost a massive part of their core over the years, and it's slowly now coming to fruition. They've made some good signings though. Keller has a very good signing. Oh my god, I feel sorry for my boy Keller, man. But no, I don't think it's looking good for Brentford, man. I think Sunderland is the team at 3 that stays up. They've brought in a couple of quality signings. They've got that togetherness now about being back in the Premier League. This is a Premier League heritage club. The fans are going to be up for it all season round. I just want to see a team that comes up, that stays up, at least one. Because otherwise, what's the point in promotion? What's the point of looking forward to, oh yeah, that new team's back. Oh yeah, let's see how they're going to do. It's just boring. And I want to see Sunderland do well. And then obviously I have Wolves, West Ham, Bournemouth. They could be in danger. They've lost a massive portion on the back line. Kepa's gone, Gyökeres, Huijsen. They've lost a couple of big players. They managed to keep Semenyo though. Forest, I just don't. I think, juggling Europa League football twice a week, is their squad good enough for both? No. And I actually think their football is very much predictable to actually play against. I do think it's going to be teams are going to be becoming accustomed to it next season. Hence why Forest, towards the back end of last season, they were dropping off. Fulham, Everton, Palace, Brighton and Villa. People may think Villa 8th. Is that shocking, really, though? Mainly due to the fact of I just don't think they're going to, do as well. They're not making as much good signings. Martinez and Ollie Watkins need to be sold, really, if they want to free up funds. Although it looks like Jacob Ramsey could be going to Newcastle at the time I'm recording this video on Thursday morning. So I do think, again, it's going to be very interesting to see how they do. Again, they're not going to be in Europe. So potentially that could favour Villa, because you saw at times last season they went to the Champions League, which they did very well in quarterfinals. Probably could have beat Paris Saint-Germain, to be honest, if they kept Rashford on for 20 minutes, because he was banging in that game. And then obviously, they just lost out in the last minute. So that's my predictions from basically 8th all the way up to 20th. My 7 teams. In 7th place, I've got Tottenham. I think they've made some good signings in the likes of Mohamed Kudus. He played very well last night in the Super Cup final. I thought he's been very well for them in pre-season. They brought obviously Masses Teller on a permanent. Polinia, quality signing, because they need that midfield depth. When Bentancur and the likes of these men are getting injured, you need that one rockman in the midfield, and that's Polinia. And if he can get back to his Fulham form, that he was at Fulham, they can do real bits. Tottenham next season under Thomas Frank as well. Again, plays good, pragmatic football. So, and it's efficient. It gets results. And I feel like with the players that Tottenham have, they can get results. They've got players they can use to hit on the counter, like your Johnsons, like your Richarlisons. If they can pretend, like we have Maguduses now. They've obviously got a very good defence in Van de Ven and Romero and players like that. if they can stay fit and Udogie can get back to his old form and stay fit as well, they can have a good season. 25 plus games a season. If they stay fit, Tottenham get European football, in my opinion. Moving on, Newcastle. My reasons as to why, look, I know they're back to bring in Jacob Ramsey, they're brought in Elanga, but what's it like at that squad mentally with Alexander Isak's situation right now? The first couple of games could be sticky because of the manager situation, with the players, what's happening with Alexander Isak at the current time of recording. He's not a Liverpool player, he's still a Newcastle player. And if he's not willing to go back, they're missing out a big chunk of those goals. Is Jacob Ramsey, is Gordon potentially down the 9, Elanga going to make up for those goals and the efficiency of Alexander Isak? No, in my opinion. But if they can still get European football, go on another cup run, I still think it's a very good season for Eddie. I really feel sorry for them because if they can sell Isak, again, they can go and spend loads of money. They can go buy players they need for certain positions. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do. In 5th, I have Manchester United. I can't lie. I think I've got a weird feeling they're going to have a good season under Amarin. If they combine a Baleba, a couple of midfielders, which looks like they're probably going to do, they've made some good signings in the likes of Seska and Mbeumo, and that they've made some good signings. And players like Lenny Yoro is going to get better. People may think that's my wild pick, but I think United in 5th. I've been saying it for weeks. I've got a weird feeling, people. 4th. I'm going with Arsenal. The reason why I'm going with Arsenal is I know the signed Gyökeres, the striker that they've needed for so many years. But is Mikel Arteta going to use that player to his strengths? Is Mikel Arteta actually going to utilise the striker? How many times has we've said he's not utilised players, he's not utilised the positions, he's not utilised these formations when bringing new players in. I actually think it's been a very underwhelming window. They've not brought in Eze, they've not brought in Rodrigo, these top talents, top players they need for that left wing. Martinelli's fallen off a cliff. He's down in the ditch. I actually think their replacements in the midfield, for like Alex or Thomas Partey, etc., they've not been good enough. I think you can make a strong case that you need a proper 10. I think a defence and goalkeeper is fine, but it's going forward. And if you lose a Declan Rice in the midfield, lock it off. If you lose a Saka again, lock it off. You saw last season. But Arsenal in 4th, and it's going to be interesting to see if they finish 4th. Surely, does Mikel Arteta go? Does Mikel Arteta get the sack? We'll have to wait and see. 3rd, I've got Chelsea. I think 3rd, I have Chelsea. Look, Chelsea for me, I like Enzo Maresca. I like Enzo Maresca a lot. I actually like his football. I've watched a bit of their pre-season games. Their midfielders were worrying. Caicedo and Lavia staying fit, for them is absolutely massive. The way they're able to close teams down off the ball. And now they're in their attack. They've brought in good attackers. João Pedro, Gittins. They've brought in likes of Delap, Esteval, And then you look at other players they've brought in. Hato, more backup players. If Chelsea can go and get another centre back, which they need because Cole is injured, I think they can have a very good season. They'd get back in Champions League places because they've not been in there for some time. Chelsea, 3rd place. So, who are my champions? Liverpool. Liverpool are going back to back. We'll speak on Man City quickly though. Man City for me have made some good signings. Look, it's very rare Pep Guardiola has 2 back-to-back bad seasons. I think that's another factor on why I'm thinking they're going to have a good season, because it is the great Pep Guardiola. But I do think it's going to be very interesting. They made some good signings in the likes of Reinders, the likes of Cherky. Potentially they can get Rodrigo if Savio goes. For me, they need another midfielder because Rodri still looks way off it. And for me, their midfield situation reminds me of our team a couple of years ago. Liverpool, when we needed to bring in 3, 4, 5 midfielders to accustom the old guards to replace them. And I think they still need another midfielder. You can argue maybe another defender. You know, if they get injuries again, we know what the injuries are like to the likes of John Stones, Ake, Kanji, etc. And that depth can easily go like that. Also, I know I'm saying a lot of injuries and stuff, but where was Savio and Doku last season getting the goals and assists, etc.? It's a lot of reliance on Erling Haaland. They still need to bring in another attacker, big man attacker, in my opinion. That's going to be able to spread out the goals. But yeah, Manchester City in second, but I do think Man City will win a trophy. Liverpool to win the league. Look, we've made the best signings this season. I don't care. Kirke's best left back in the league last season. From one of the best 10s. Potentially Alexander Isak. From good advocate replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. We're bringing in 2 centre backs, the likes of Leone and Gehi, so we're going to have easily enough depth at the back. Madrashvili to back up Alisson. I just don't see a world where we don't win the Premier League title. I just don't. Having Mohamed Salah again, Alexander Isak potentially in the same team. Like, we can outscore teams for fun, and we have a good defence. Canate, Alisson, Kirkes now, Van Dijk. Do you know what I mean? We can keep clean sheets when we want to. People think our defence is suspect. We came second last season for the most clean sheets. I swear we came like first, second, or third for most clean sheets last season. So like, this whole narrative, we can't keep clean sheets. We can keep clean sheets. We're winning the league. We are winning the Premier League, in my opinion, and we're going to go back to back for the first time in over 40 long years. There you were. You've had it first. All the predictions now. Top goal scorer, Haaland. Most assists, I'm going Florian Wirtz. I just think the match chances he's going to create for the likes of Hugo Ekitike, Salah, potentially other players. But I only do worry on Liverpool, though. We do need to bring in another forward, in my opinion. Another left winger, because we are missing that direct pace. We can beat a man, dribble, work rate. Like Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo isn't going to bring you that, because he's not that type of left winger. And we can't be so reliant on Rio, who's a 16-year-old kid, to potentially do that, in my opinion. But that's my Premier League predictions. Again, back to the player of the seasons. I think, look, if you win the league, you've got to. I'm going Florian Wirtz to win it. New 100 million plus signing. I reckon he's going to bang a load of goals and assists. I think he's going to be a brilliant man. The way he's played in pre-season, and he is actually looking like he's only playing to his fully best so far. He's a tempo setter. This guy can do anything, and he's versatile. So if a player goes down, Florian Wirtz can play there. But when Salah goes to AFCON, I think he can step up. Florian Wirtz to win player of the season. Flop, Forest. A team that can do really well is, for me, maybe Everton. David Moyes have brought in that experienced players like Jack Grealish, potentially another striker. I think the new stadium is going to bring a new era, a new dawn for Everton. Everton are my ones to watch team this season, in my opinion. If they're bringing the likes of Malik Fofana as well, they made some big signings. For me, Everton are the ones to watch. Carabao Cup winners, Liverpool. Liverpool to win the Carabao Cup. Won't go one step further and win the Carabao Cup. FA Cup, Manchester City, Europa League. I could see someone like a Roma winning it. Champions League, Barca, PSG or Liverpool. It's too hard to pick. Barca, PSG or Liverpool for me. Simple as that. But they are my quick fire Premier League predictions. Let me know down below what you think to them. Are some of them wild? Are some of them crazy? You have to let me know. What do you think to the other competitions as well? But yeah, Liverpool are winning it again. People, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the thumb, you subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.